Hey, this is another dating story. So last night, I get a message on Bumble, and this guy, he's like, "You're so beautiful. I want to get to know you," and all this stuff. Yeah, I'm going to post a video about my groceries and my grocery haul, but I just used that mango, oh, no, not mango, the kiwi strawberry smoothie, and it's actually kind of good. And I put coconut flour in it. But this video, so I was on, well, I wasn't on Bumble, but this guy messaged me from Bumble. So I responded. He was an older man. He was much older. He was 47. And then he's talking to me. And I'm like, "You're 47. You probably have a kid." And I'm like, "How many kids do you have?" And he's like, "I have 2 boys. And I'm like, "Where are these boys? Do they live with you?" And he's like, "No." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't think we're in the same place in life because you're too busy for me." Because I'm going off like if I was a single mother or if I was dating someone who had kids, which I don't date people who have kids because I would be disappointed in them, because if you're a single father, single mother, whatever, why are you spending it's like you might have some free time, but it's like you're trying to spend like weeknights with me, weekends with me, and all this time. And I'm like, "Where are your kids?" Because it's like, why aren't you helping your kids with their homework? Why aren't you at your kids' activity? And it's like, I'm not even saying you have to even pick your kid up from school. I don't agree with picking kids up from school unless you live like in a bad area or something, but otherwise, like, why aren't you with your kid? And he's like, "Oh, I'm a very active father and all this stuff." And I'm like, "Where are your kids?" He's like, "My kids are in Georgia." I'm like, "You live in California. Why are you in California if your kids are in Georgia? You should be in Georgia." He's like, "Oh, well, all my family's here and they have a great mother." It's like, yeah, they could have the best mother in the whole wide world, but because I'm like, if you're in California, they're there, so you're a deadbeat dad. And he's like, "No, I'm not a deadbeat dad. I'm very active in my kids' lives and everything, and they have a great mother." And it's like, I pay for my kids. It's like, "Oh, okay, you pay child support." A lot of deadbeat dads pay child support. Yeah, because they don't want to go to jail and they want to keep a driver's license. So he's trying to explain to me, and he's like, "Oh, you must have it confused." I'm like, "No, this is what you told me. You told me you're a deadbeat dad." Yeah, because it's like those guys are like, "Oh, I'm such an active dad. I'm so active in my child's life." It's like, just be honest. Like, say, "Hey, I'm a deadbeat dad." Because it's like, you start dating somebody and then they realize, yeah, you are a deadbeat dad. And it's like, you look even more like a deadbeat dad when you don't even see your kid once a week. Because I'm like, "Oh, how often do you see your kid?" He's like, "Oh, I don't see him very often." Because, like, at first I'm thinking, like, he's 47. His kids might be adults off to college. But it's like, nope. He was like, his kids are, like, 6 and 7. And I'm like, okay, why are you in California? I'm not, there's something about this I'm not understanding if you're saying you're not a deadbeat dad. He's like, "I rarely see them." He's like, "I don't like to fly." And I'm like, "You can take a boat, you can take a plane, you can take a bus, you can take a train." And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "If you can take the boat," because I've checked the prices on the boats, because I was thinking about taking a boat down to Colombia, over through like Mexico, Colombia, and around to Florida and the Caribbean. And it was like $300. So it's like, you could take a boat, you could take a train for less than that. You can take a train for like $100 and something. You can take the bus for about the same price. Or you could even drive yourself. And it's like, he's making up all these excuses why he can't see his children. So I'm like, "Does she have a restraining order against you?" And he's like, "No, that's silly." And I'm like, I really don't understand why you don't see your children and why you live in California. And he's making it seem like I have the issue, and it's like, yeah, no, you're just a deadbeat dad. And like, deadbeat dad's trying to date, and it's like, why would I date you? I see how you did her, or you tell me how you did her, and you think you're a very active father, and it's like, yeah, no, I don't really want that situation. You're a deadbeat dad in denial. So that didn't work out, and then he blocked me. Yeah, that's like so weird, because like Thursday, Friday nights mainly, guys on like different dating apps, they'll start like messaging you, and they're like, hey, you want to hang out? And it's like, why do you want to hang out with me? Because I wrote on my profile, I'm only looking for marriage. And then they're like, oh, we could hang out, we could do this or whatever and have sex. Because there was another guy on Bumble who was messaging me, and he messaged me a few months ago, and he was like, let's hang out, hook up and stuff. And I'm like, no, I'm only looking for a husband. And then he messaged me again last night, and I'm like, oh, why are you messaging me? You ghosted me before. And he's like, no, I didn't. And he's like, I'm in your area now, let's hang out. And I'm like, why do you want to hang out with me? Last time you were trying to have sex with me. I'm not interested. And then he just like ghosted me again. But that's the way guys are. Dating stories. And that was last night on Bumble. If you like this story, enjoy, connect, all that good stuff, and comment, like, subscribe. And thanks for supporting my channel by watching my videos. Bye.